Hello, my name is Amber,
My name is Oscar.
My name is Roy.
and we were assigned the respiratory system.
The respiratory system is divided into two parts: the upper respiratory tract, which includes the nose, the mouth, and the beginning of the trachea; the lower respiratory tract, which includes the bronchi, the trachea, the bronchioli, and the lungs. So the trachea is the tube connecting the throat to the bronchi, which is also known as the windpipe. The bronchi is a passage of airway that conducts air into the lungs. The bronchioli is when the bronchi branches off into smaller tubes, is called the bronchioli, which end up in the pulmonary arteries. The pulmonary artery is a hollow cavity found in the lungs, and it is the basic unit for ventilation. The lungs is a set of breathing organs in the chest which remove carbon dioxide from and bring oxygen to the blood. You have a set of right and left lung.
The respiratory system has 5 functions. Number 1 is inhalation and exhalation for pulmonary ventilation, or in layman's terms, breathing. Breathing is when air is inhaled through the nasal or oral cavity, through the pharynx, larynx, and trachea, and enters into the lungs. Then air is released back out through the same path in order for ventilation of the lungs. The second function is the external exchange of gases between the lungs and the bloodstream. Within the lungs, oxygen is exchanged for carbon dioxide waste in the process of external respiration. The next function of the respiratory system is to exchange internal gases. This is where red blood cells take oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body through the vasculature. The next function is to create sound through the process of phonation. In order to create sound or speak, muscles from the larynx move the arytenoid cartilages, to which the arytenoid cartilages move the vocal cords, and when the vocal cords are pushed together, any air that passes through them vibrate the cords, creating sound. The final function of the respiratory system is olfaction, or smelling. The process of olfaction is when chemicals from the air pass by the olfactory fibers that line the inside of the nasal passage. As chemicals pass through the fibers, signals are sent to the brain and decoded in order to know just what one is smelling.
For our specific case study, we'll be focusing on a 62-year-old auto mechanic named Mr. O'Connor. He presents with progressive dyspnea for the past several days. His problem began 4 days ago when he claims he attained a cold. His symptoms consist of pharyngitis, rhinorrhea, and myalgia. At first, he just felt tired, but later he developed a cough and dyspnea. Initially, the cough was dry, but within 24 hours of onset, it produced abundant yellow-green sputum. He didn't think much of the cough because he continually coughs during the winter of each year. However, the shortness of breath has worsened so that he can hardly speak now. He also has pain in the lateral side of his chest, mainly toward the left when he coughs, and also becomes very fatigued after walking up a flight of stairs or during a coughing spell. He denies hemoptysis, hyperhidrosis, and paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea. However, he does complain of edema of his ankles. Mr. O'Connor has been treated for hypertension, pneumonia, and cellulitis on his hands. He has been treated for similar episodes of coughing and dyspnea during the past 2 years, and a previous doctor gave him nitroglycerin to help with his angina. He smokes 1 to 2 packs of cigarettes per day and has done so for the past 35 years. There is cyanosis of his lips, which intensifies during coughing spells. Blood pressure is 146/82, and his apical heart rate is 130 beats per minute, considering it's tachycardic. Presently, his respiratory rate is 15 breaths per minute and normal. Temperature is 100.2 Fahrenheit and considered febrile. Upon physical examination with a brief medical history, Mr. O'Connor is diagnosed with chronic bronchitis.